Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-3823.
Hey, welcome to Ride Along Live for today, Thursday on the ride. How you guys doing? Welcome to the ride. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sharing. As you come in, go ahead and share up the thing. As you guys come in, go ahead and share up a couple times, because we got a lot to talk about, a whole lot to discuss today. We have a special guest on the program, guys, and yeah, he has a lot to say. Let's put it like that. Yulene, thank you so much. Ali Mitchell, thank you so much. Reginald Amadi. Guys, if you share the program once, I want you to go ahead and share it again, because it's important that this particular program get into the inbox of everyone. Yes. It's important that this program gets into the hands of everyone, guys. So let me do the same thing as well. Lydia, thank you so much. I see you. Thank you for sharing. Ali, I see you as well. Let me share. They say sharing is caring, right? Sharing is caring. Glenda, how you doing, Glenda? Thank you so much. Everybody share. Quickly. Jackie Chaitan, how you doing? Thank you so much. Let me share over on my end, guys. I gotta share with everyone on my list. Anyway, how was your Thursday? How's your Thursday going, guys? How is Thursday treating you? Yeah, Wendy Brave Boy, how you doing? How is Thursday treating you guys? Let me tell you, today I don't know, I was feeling lazy today, boy. I was feeling lazy today. Yeah, I was feeling like, I almost said, you know what, I'm gonna call the boss and tell the boss, you know what, I can't make it into work today. But I said, you know what, I have to come in because my next guest is someone that I've been, I know this guy for many, many years, right? I in fact, as a teenager, growing up in Grenada, I used to visit a favorite spot in Grenada called St. James, right? Wendy at Foot Pain? Right. So I used to visit St. James, and that's where I knew him from. I've always used to see him as a kid, and I never knew the story. I never knew what happened. I never asked. But as I grew older, I came to New York and I went back. I met him. That was about 7-8 years ago, something like that. And we started this conversation, and I really got a chance to understand what happened and how he lost his arm. So the video that we put out yesterday, the video that we showed yesterday, the video that was circulating and went viral yesterday is actually a video that I shot. This video, in fact, that video I shot this about 7-8 years ago, a lot of years ago. And the intention of the video at this time was to let people be aware of his story. Now, what I didn't do was to get a number for him. So after I put out the story, everybody was trying to reach out to him, but I did not have a contact number for him. So yesterday, after we put out the story, because yesterday being the 19th of October, the anniversary of when his arm got shot out, which we're going to learn the full story of that, I finally got a chance to reconnect with him. And I decided that let's come on, let's talk, and let's see how we could help this brother. Because everything that he said in this video 8-9 years ago, nothing really changed. Help me welcome, guys, on the program today. My good friend, his name is Mr. Alexis Simon. Alexis, how you doing, my friend?
Thank you so much, Junior. And I want to say here, thank you so much for all the listeners, all your followers that continue to view this program tonight. And I wish plenty of them would share the link, because what I have to say here is going to be so touching.
Yeah.
It's so moving that I want people to really listen.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I want to go straight into it, right? And I want to give you an opportunity to share your story of what happened to you. Because back, you were what? You were like about what, 17 years old? That's
17 years old to be exact.
That's a picture of you right there.
Lying on the hospital bed.
Laying on the hospital bed. Yeah, yeah. So go ahead, tell us the story. What happened? What led to you losing your arm on October 19th?
Well, it first started off in the Butchgrove area, where I joined a few of my friends, and on the 18th of October. Unfortunately, by the time we got onto Grenville, there was a demonstration on the airport in Pearls. That demonstration ended by the time we got into Grenville, and they said that we're going to organize a bigger one for St. George's, which is the Wednesday. And it's so coincident that yesterday, Wednesday, was October 19th.
Wow.
Oh, so sad. Anyway, yes, so we got back to Butchgrove, and we started organizing some placards. And most of us as children, when you're teenage, you're young and you're moving around, you don't even understand what your parents are saying to you at the time. You just want to do your own stuff. You feel like you know it all.
Yeah.
And so we gathered at the community center. I didn't go home. We cooked, as a matter of fact, in the community center that night. And I probably went home maybe around after 12 midnight, got a little bit of rest, and then came back out, joined my friends and them. We went down to Grenville, and then we took one of the PFU truck, that was Public Farmers Union, located right opposite by where Lackawanna now have this new building.
That was like Upper Gladstone Road going up there.
Upper Gladstone Road, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. My father used to work there.
Right?
Yeah.
So we gathered there, and then we took a truck and we went down to Free Morris Bishop. I can't remember where we stopped, but I recall going up to Locust Street with the crowd, going into Mount Weldon, where Morris was placed under house arrest. While there was such huge crowd, such a huge crowd. I've never seen people like that. And I've been to a few of Morris Bishop's rallies, but I've never seen crowd like that. And I guess that would have probably frightened the soldiers, that they started firing up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And a few of us, as I'm going to include myself, I wanted to go back when I heard the shots in them.
Mm-hmm.
But then they started to say they can't shoot us, they can't kill us. So by the time I went back along with a few others, they had already freed Morris. Came out. Junior, this thing happened so long ago. My memories is failing me in remembering now what he had done, but I remember shaking his hand. Yes. And I remember him coming out along with us. I can't remember if it was the car he went in the first or if it was the truck. I want to believe the truck. And then afterwards, he was transferred to a car. And then at the foot of the fort, he decided to come off and decided to walk up.
Right.
But I recall vividly saying to us that the soldiers' enemy is going to come on the fort. But we didn't take that as seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much people may recall that. But I think I could recall him saying that. So
Yes.
we went up there. There was a public works truck that came up afterwards, parked at the platform. Morris, along with his ministers, and I went into the building. And I climbed the truck. Maybe my heavenly Father was speaking to me at the time too as well. So while inside of the truck, I didn't see the armored cars and them coming up. More than I heard the shots on them. And it wasn't long after Morris would have gone in the building that this thing occurred.
Mm.
And so I fell flat inside of the truck and called for flat. Junior, I saw the blood.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the blood. I saw blood inside of the truck. But I never knew that I lost my left hand. I
Mm-hmm.
never knew that. Not until they started saying, all who are alive, put up your hands in the air. I hope I'm not talking too fast. Any questions so far?
Yeah. I want to go back a little bit. What was the atmosphere of the people in Grenada during that time? What was the vibe of the people?
Well, to really and honestly speaking, during that time, the whole country, you can say, was in sympathy with the way Morris were treated, and that they just wanted to free the leader.
Right.
You would have had a cross section of not just school children, but a lot of business people who were also there, and just wanted Morris to be free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There was a jubilance. People was ecstatic for the prime minister, happy, wanted to get him free. So that's why the crowd.
Exactly, and more pointedly, when Morris was freed, the jubilant real was there. A lot of people were so excited.
Right. No. Let's talk about that period going up on the fort. Right. Give us. I know it's been 39 years. It's been a while, but give us a
Yes, it is.
give us a vibe. Didn't you did the was there a feeling that if the crowd actually went up on the fort or followed that crowd, that there might be the prospect of violence? That probably is not a good idea. Did anyone try to deter the crowd?
No. As a matter of fact, in going up on the fort, there was a soldier standing right at the top of the fort. But when that soldier saw the large crowd and they saw Morris, they just stepped aside. I don't think, even after the shots were fired at Mount Weldon, and remember the shots on them were fired up in the air, never in my mind that I would have experienced today 39 years ago that I would have lost my hand, that the soldiers and them would have actually come up, even while Morris would have actually said that the soldiers and them were going to come. And I don't think a lot of us believe that.
Right, right. Okay. So you in there, the soldiers, you seen armored trucks, you seen, high artillery, firearm all over. And so you were shot, but you wasn't clear. You didn't even know that you were shot. You didn't even know that you lost your arm. You
No,
didn't, you didn't even know who shot you.
no.
Right. So when you found out and you was in the van and they asked everybody to put up your hand and you try to put up your hand, you didn't have one hand, you could only put up one.
Yes.
By that time you would have lost a tremendous amount of blood, I guess.
Yes, I will take it back there. I will take it back there. Yes. So after they started shouting, put up your hands in the air as a mark of surrender. And mind you, I do not buy for 1 second that there were people inside of the veranda who had weapons and firing at them, because
Right.
I was staring right at the veranda, and I didn't see anybody
Let
with
me ask
no
you
gun.
this question. Somebody just pinpoint out when you say they, who you referring to? Who was they?
I'm
Was it
I'm
local
I'm
Grenadian
I'm
soldiers?
referring to people that was inside of the veranda, and the veranda was crowded with people.
Right. Was it Grenadian soldiers?
Grenadian civilians that was part of the demonstration, all waiting for Morris Bishop to come out from inside of the building.
Right. Okay. Go on from there.
Right. So while there, when the armored cars and came up and started shooting, like I said, I fell down. I fell down inside of the truck. So I didn't see much of what was actually happening outside of the truck, because I was lying flat down inside of the tray of the truck now. And like I said, I saw the blood. I saw lots of blood. And I also want to believe that despite me, there were other people that were shot inside of the truck too as well.
Right.
And so when they started saying, all who are alive, put up all their hands, that's when I became aware that I lost my left hand. My left hand was blown off. I didn't see that, and it came off not where you're seeing it here right now. It came up just a little higher up the wrist. And so the bones from the elbow come right back down to the wrist. All of that was shattered, mashed up.
Wow.
There was just pieces of flesh, and it was just bleeding. So by the time I became aware that I lost the hand after they started shouting, all who are alive, put up all the hands, I said, I have to get to an hospital. I could panic. So I got up, put up my right hand, and jumped on the truck. The minute time I jumped on the truck, I fell down to the ground because I was weak. I lost a lot of blood. And so somebody came to my rescue, picked me up instantly the minute time I fell down, and rushed me. So I didn't get a chance to see nothing.
You there?
We should go back from there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Right. I was then rushed to the hospital, where I was placed on the bare casualty in front of the hospital, where I witnessed a lot of other civilians who got shot. So I was not the only one that had reached to the hospital first. There were other casualties lying on the bare pavement in front of casualty. I must say here too that the photograph where you see me lying on the hospital bed, I have a particular newspaper. This photograph came out from the Nation newspaper in Barbados, and on that newspaper, the hospital is listed as having received 98 persons that single time.
Wow. A lot of people was admitted.
A lot of persons.
Yeah.
98. And
Did you
you're
have
not talking,
family? Did
just
you
hold
have
up there.
did you
Hold
have
up there. Oh,
family members or friends or people that you recognize that was also shot during that time that was at the hospital with you?
no, no. Except later on down the following day, I got to understand that one of my brothers who was up there too got shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just bring everyone up to speed right now, guys. Guys, as you know,
Yes.
yesterday marked the 39th anniversary of what transpired and the assassination of Maurice Bishop on the fort. Now, on that same day, Alexis Simon, my guest tonight, he was also shot. And on that said day, he lost his arm, right? There was a number of others that was either killed. In fact, Unison Whiteman and a host of other senior members of the administration was lined up on the fort and assassinated. I personally knew my mom told me stories of other friends and family that she knew very closely that was also there that she knew that also got assassinated or even uh, injured during that time. So we're talking to Alex Simon, and he's giving us his recollection of what transpired. But there's also a very much bigger picture that we'll talk about a little bit later. And also, we're giving you guys an opportunity to share your story. If you have a question or you want to call in at any point, we're going to keep the phone lines open so you could call in at any point. Put the number up on the screen. You can also pin the number in the chat, 718-701-5720. All right, Alex, if you need a break at any point, let me know because I know rehashing all this moment must be very emotional for you. And every time you have to do that, it's obviously an emotional time. So if you need a break at any point, just let me know and we're gonna take a quick break and get back in, okay?
Yes, yes.
All right. Tell us
So
about yeah, go ahead.
lying on the hospital ground and on the pavement and bleeding. I was very fortunate to be still conscious that one of the nurses who came out from the casualty and having seen me, she rushed back inside. And before I know it, a group of nurses came out and they came to my rescue. Amongst all the others of them that was there. And I have to take it, maybe I'm the only one at that time who would have lost a hand and were bleeding so profusely.
Yes.
So I was picked up and rushed inside of the theater. Junior, the rest is history. I got up the following morning on a hospital bed in serious pain.
Mm-hmm.
Serious pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I did know nothing from there on until the following morning. I got up and being in a hospital on a hospital bed. I even forget where that I was placed in front of the casualty. But as my brain started to recollect, I remembered.
Wow. Tell us about your recovery process, Alexis.
Yes,
Being
yes,
shot, you know, um, I have to face the reality now because you're so young. You're just 17, and now the reality is you lost your arm. What was the recovery process like?
Junior, Junior, very pointed questions and very good questions too. And before I answer you, it is for this reason why that I cannot fathom why our past administrations And I do hope that this person, while acknowledging October 19th, next year is going to be a holiday, that they do make plans for the compensation period and the rehabilitation of persons like myself. Because I've always said the innocent children who were brutalized, gunned down in cold blood, and those who got injured, like myself, should be compensated and should be rehabilitated. So let's go back to me, a young man, age 17, losing my hand. My entire future is turned upside down. You're talking about jobs, getting a wife, having children. How do you manage? How does society see you now and accept you?
Yes.
So it is a lot. And I must say, and I have no regrets. I'm not ashamed to say it here that I fall on the wrong side after that, because I was so frustrated after coming out from the hospital, whereby I was shy. I didn't want the public see me. This is not who I am. I didn't want so. So it takes a lot to overcome and to be where I am. And you know what? I give God thanks and praise. Yes, I give God thanks and believing for yet another anniversary.
Yeah, I realize you're getting a call. Sort that out.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you're back. Okay, you're cracking up.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you.
I'm not hearing you. You are muted.
Yeah. Are you hearing me?
I'm not hearing you at all, Junior.
Okay. Go back out and come back in. Go back out and come back in because the call
I'm not
cut you
hearing you
off.
at all. Are you hearing
Call
me?
cut you off. Yes, the call cut you off. The call
Are
cut
you
you off.
hearing me?
Okay, let me sort it out. The call cut him off. Let me fix that.
I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, the call cut him off because he got a call and it cut off his audio. But
I'm not hearing you, Junior.
We're gonna rejoin him. He's gonna rejoin back the live where he will be able to hear us because of the call. That's why he got cut off. We're talking here again, guys, with Alexis Simon on such a horrific incident, and he had to go through so much, and he started to talk about the depression and stress that he went through. He's going to talk a little bit more about that because at the age of 17 now, having to figure out his life from this point, having to figure out what's next, you know, what happened now. He don't have an arm. He's only 17. He's thinking about life ahead. He's thinking about getting married. Would he ever be able to hold his child? Would anybody want him or see him? So he resort to doing all sorts of things, which he would share with us. He resorted to drugs and all sorts of stuff because he was very depressed. But I'll bring him back on to share his story.
Junior, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. What happened?
I'm not hearing you.
You hearing me? Hello? Hello?
Okay, I'm not hearing him.
I don't know why he's not hearing me. Alexis, are you there? All right, he's gonna come back on. He's gonna come back on, guys, and continue to share his story. So he was severely depressed. I'll leave it right there because I want him to continue from there. And the pain that he felt, the pain that he went through, as someone said, is an unforgettable kind of pain. All right, mixed with the trauma and the lack of support that he got from that point. He was basically put out there to just survive, right? Put out there to just live. It's coming back. Let me see if I could really need to sort this out with him. All right, are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, all right. What happened? You got a call, and when you got a call, it muted the audio. So if that happens again, you just need to go back out and come back in.
Yes, I got a call.
Right. Okay. All right. So continue from there. You said that you started to feel depressed. You started to feel like,
Yes,
what is life now? Go ahead from there.
yes. Like I said, especially when I just came from the hospital, it was not an easy thing for me going back home now and to face my friends and them with one hand. I used to lock up myself at home, doesn't want to come outside, and people would pass and call me, and I wouldn't. My mom, I tell my mom and them to tell them I'm resting. I just couldn't face them. I couldn't face the reality of having one arm, and so I had to go to the hospital after I came out to dress the hand every day, and it was like a rush for me. I kept to myself for quite a while, maybe for the first month, and in between I started to go to a little function. I started to mix with the wrong set of men, the wrong set of guys. The drugs came into play because I wanted to feel accepted. I wanted to feel welcome. And so marijuana became the order of the day with some of my friends and most of my friends and them. Turns out to be drugs men like myself now. Started liming on the blocks. Not thinking about my future because for me, there was no future right now. I forgot everything that I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. And so it took me quite a while. I used to go to St. George's and lime out in St. George's on the blocks with the guys on the blocks. When the hospital, Junior, it took me a long, long time. The loss of a hand or any member of your body at age 17 is very devastating.
Mm-hmm. Did you receive any kind of support, assistance doing, I mean, from then? Like, how did you maintain yourself? How did you get things or do things or obtain or pay or I mean or work?
Junior, well, again, you're coming home. You're hitting it at home. You know, after the collapse of the revolution, because I consider the revolution that ended on October 19th.
Mm-hmm.
There was no but about saying that the revolution didn't end because Morris was the revolution.
Right.
And without Morris at the end, for me, there was no revolution. And the few guys that came out during the intervention and fight, that was just a lost cause. Because
Right.
I do not know what they went and fight for. That's in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We had of the interim council that was run by Sir Nicholas Braffett.
Mm-hmm.
And during that 1 year, Alexis Simon, aka Hans, and better known as Hans,
Mm-hmm.
was seen all over St. George's. I mostly became so acquainted in St. George's that people even think and thought that I was from St. George's.
Mm-hmm.
And even up to this date, when people see me appear in the country, residing in Subic, they're saying to me, how could you live St. George's and you didn't St. Andrews?
Mm-hmm.
And even when I tell them, well, no, I'm back home. I mean, you're back home. So you're not a tongue man, you're not from tongue. You understand? So,
Right.
yes. So I stayed most of my time in St. George's. I partied a lot down in St. George's. I have no regrets in that. I stayed all over St. George's, River Road, Belmont, Grand Anse Valley, Dabo. Yes, I even stayed in the heart of St. George's too, on 4 roads. So, became well acquainted in St. George's that people think that I was from St. George's. And I
Right.
partied a lot down in Sugar Mill, Love Boat, Clancy. It was Clancy place during that time. A lot of the older folks in the 50s and 60s will remember Clancy and Sugar Mill. So I'm doing a live program, hobby, with Junior George, and I told you so. Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
right. So my experiences there in town during this 1 year period, I had lots of experience. In terms of job now, after remaining on the blocks in town for all this long time, I decided, no, this is not what I want. I need to get out. I need to get out from the blocks, and I need to start looking for jobs. Mind you, the former administration under the Blaze administration, more people inside there knew me well. And I'm telling you, quite well. And I'm one of those persons, or should I say, one of the better recognized persons who got injured on the foot and had so much exposure.
Mm-hmm.
I was featured on a lot of newspapers down here who did my stories even during the 1984 rule of the Incoming Council. I was on television on many occasions, and on radio even during the 1984 period under the Bradford administration, under the Bradford administration that ruled for 1 year.
So
I
what kind of
recall also telling you,
here's what I want. Here's what I want to get at. What kind of assistance, or did you get any kind of government assistance?
no. To answer that question, no.
Uh-huh.
But I would come to that. I would come to that later on down. I recall telling you too that People's Magazine in the United States, I'm not sure where the headquarters are, they had a nice interview with me during the later part after I came from the hospital, and were dressing their hand every day. That I came home one day and to see a lot of white people in a car, and they had a wonderful interview with me. So I'm telling you, my photos, I had a lot of exposure. So I became one of the most recognized persons during that period, being one of the most one of the most persons who were exposed as a victim of the October 19th.
Right.
In terms of jobs now, and I will tell you how I got employment with the government of Grenada through the Ministry of Communication and Works. That I would have went and spoke to George Brizan, who happened to be a very good friend of mine. I can't remember how I recall meeting George Brizan, if it was at a rally, but I became quite friendly with George Brizan. And it was during the campaign of the NMP time. They were not elected into government as yet. And all of them, including Dr. Francis Alexis and all of them, who would have promised to assist me and help me get a job once they formed the government. As a matter of fact, I ran into the former Prime Minister, now deceased, which is Herbert Augustus Blaise.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody told me this is Blaise. So I went up to him and I said, Mr. Blaise, I said, do you know who I am? He says, no. I said, you're speaking to one of the victims of the October 19th. Oh, well, we have to do something for you once we get into power.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a live interview in New York. Huh?
All right, guys. Let me just
Junior, hold a second now.
Okay, go ahead.
It just came to me.
We're talking here with Alexis Simon on his experience on what transpired on October 19th when he was shot and he lost his arm at the age of 17 years old. Right? What was jaw-dropping after I spoke with him was when he explained that through the process in time, he was always somehow promised assistance, gotten just the minimal assistance, but ultimately, he never got the assistance that he needed up to a day like today. So when I met him, 7, 8 years ago, I was shocked. That, you know, he had he said that he had a prosthetic arm. He got assistance from the prosthetic arm from Michael Batiste. Say Michael Batiste that was on the program yesterday. So Michael Batiste assisted him in coming up to New York and getting the hand. But by 20 years or so after having the same arm, it was of no use. It didn't function properly for him. So when I met him 7, 8 years ago, he still was not given the assistance, and he was still unemployed, right? Not working anywhere, disabled, so he can't even do the things that he would want to do, and can't find any kind of work whatsoever. He's gonna pick up from there.
Yeah, I'm back, Junior. Back? Yes, I'm back. Thank you so much, viewers and listeners. Thank you so much. Right. So
you get that call.
Blaise and him.
You're getting a call again, right? Are you getting a call again?
No. Messages are coming in. Messages are coming on my phone.
Okay. A lot of people watching.
I do have a lot of followers on WhatsApp and Messenger as well.
Okay. So let me just say for the people that's watching, don't call him right now. Call him after the program, all right? Or message him after the program because it's kind of disturbing his phone. So go ahead from there.
Right. So I went to Alexis first after the one-day election, and Alexis told me he's Minister of Legal Affairs. I should go to George Brisson, who is in agriculture. No, he was George Brisson. I think was in Ministry of Health first, before he was sent to agriculture. So I went to George Brisson in health, and then George Brisson sent me to Keith Mitchell in works.
Right.
So in coming back down the steps now, and you must know this gentleman, Junior. His name is Vaughn Charles. He's from Hope.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the name.
Right. So Vaughn Charles, together with a girl called Denise Houston, who lives on Locust Street. I knew Denise. I didn't know Vaughn. So Denise approached me and, so she says to me, Hans, where you come out? Because they all knew Dennis from Locust Street, and I used to be all over Locust Street.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember, I go all over St. George's. If you ask me, most of my life was still in St. George's.
Right.
Right. So I told her, I said, I came out by a minister looking for work, but I didn't get through. He says to me, to go and speak to Mr. Ronald Marshall, who was a road officer at the time in Maribor.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, they're looking for travel work from me. I don't want travel work. No, I don't deserve travel work. So she says to me, She called Vaughn and she said, Vaughn, do you know who's this person? So Vaughn says, no. And she said, by the way, this is Vaughn Charles. He's my second in command. We work downstairs. We're in charge of the accounts department in the Ministry of Works. Denise was the accountant and Vaughn was her assistant. So she says, she called Vaughn and she said, Vaughn, do you know who's this person? And she told me, by the way, this is Vaughn Charles. And Vaughn said he does not know who is this person. So she said, this young man lost his son on the 4th October 19, and government have all rights to give this man a work. So she says to me, Simon, hold on right there. No, she said, Hans, hold on right there, because Hans knew me. And I remained in the yard. And then they called me, she and Vaughn came out from my next building, and they told me to come inside. So I went in now, and they bring me before a gentleman called Wayland Gisberry, who was a former minister under the Kit Mitchell administration now.
Right.
And
I want to track forward a little bit. I want to track forward a little bit because I want to keep on track with the information.
Yes.
You were assisted initially in getting a prosthetic hand.
Yes.
Right? Who helped you to get that initial arm, that initial prosthetic arm?
My very first prosthetic arm would have been donated by St. George's University.
Right.
To one lady called Mrs. Felma Sion, who has gone to the great beyond. And Felma knew me back then, and she approached me on Saturday while I was on the block. And she called me, young man, come. And when I went, she said, won't you like to get a prosthetic hand? And I said, sure. And then she said, do you know who I am? I said, no. She said, I'm Mrs. Felma Sion. I said, I heard about you, but I didn't know it was you. And then she said, oh, I'm going to talk to some friends. During that time, I didn't even know it was St. George University that the lady would have spoken to. Anyway, I did got my first prosthetic hand. Of course, I was supposed to go to the US for that. Unfortunately, they wanted a medical report on me. My doctor at the time refused to do a medical report for the St. George University. The other doctor who decided to submit that report would have just seen me about a week, and he was Trinidadian or reside in Trinidad. And so he would have told St. George University, John Kapuscinski and them. And of course, I mentioned John Kapuscinski and them to you during the course of this afternoon.
Yes. Right.
Right.
So you were given that prosthetic arm, and what happened to it? Because when I saw you 6 years ago, you didn't have that arm.
Right. Now, and by the way, it was not 6 years ago. It's more than that. It's plenty more than that. My first prosthetic hand was given to me in 1989, between 86 and 87. 1986 and 1987. And there was a long history again regarding that. I'm sorry that you jumped that far.
Right.
Yeah, but yes, that arm was assembled in Trinidad. I was given 1 month from the Ministry of Works. During that time, I was already employed with the Ministry of Works and working in the procurement department, of which thanks to Denise Osteen and Vaughn Charles, not the government of Grenada. And I just say, not the government of Grenada. Although I was being employed by them, but they didn't offer me a job.
Right.
It was through the kind courtesies of my friends. Denise is still around. She has reached probably in her 70s right now. Anyway, yes. So Georgia University was the institution that would have given me a prosthetic hand. The parts was ordered in California, from one company called Hosmer Durance. I didn't get the arm till at the last week of my stay in Trinidad, and of course, coming back to Grenada, there was no occupational therapist on the island. I think we might have occupational therapists now. Do you know what an occupational therapist is? By the way, Junior, I'm not putting you on the spot. Did I? I'm not hearing you. You have gone muted again. I'm not hearing you.
Indeed Instant instantly delivers quality cannabis matching without description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Okay, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, all right. Caller, are you hearing me? We have a caller on the line. Hello?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, hi. Good afternoon.
Michael Batiste,
Hi, man, how are you?
my good
Yes,
friend.
yes.
Good evening.
I'm hearing you mentioning all the names and all of that, and you're telling a story. And not that I want to talk about it publicly, but the fact that you're calling a lot of names about the arms, and I did not hear you may have left out a crucial part of your story.
No. We
No,
Michael.
no, Mike. No,
Call him
Mike. Mike, I'm talking about 1989 with not 1986 with St. George's University having to play the very first part of me getting the very first prosthetic arm where I had to go to Trinidad. Not the 90s. Not the 90s of which you were part of.
Not that I like my name, not that I want my name to be mentioned, but what I was.
Well, of course, your name have to be mentioned to my bro.
Right. So let me get it into full perspective. Michael, what role did you play in assisting him in getting the arm?
Well, when I was about to launch my campaign in '95, the parliamentary representative for his area at the time was Ben Jones, and I met him on the Beacon Telescope. He told me the story about his experience in revolution and what happened to him and whatnot. And thereupon, I got involved right away. I assisted him in going to Barbados to get the to secure a visa, and then I brought him up to the United States, and he stayed by me.
No.
He stayed with me, and we got him arm. Then I made arrangements, and we got him an arm. I think someplace in Long Island. I don't know if he have the address. Yeah.
No.
Right.
And he got an arm here, and I mean, I recall this time because I was just launching my campaign, and I met him, and I was campaigning at the Beacon Telescope. I met him. He told me the story, and I said, "No, your story sounds a very sad one." And I said, "No, I can't get one part. I have to get it." And I haven't heard from him for a while, but I'm glad to hear you now. Not that I want to mention it, but as I said, I just tuned in. And I was hearing stories, and I did not hear my name inserted somewhere because I know I brought him in the United States.
No, Mike. I mentioned the name. I personally said the name as well, and he said it. And it's gratifying that you did that, because you played a very important role in assisting him to get the arm. You took him up here. He stayed by you. All of that good stuff. So you did an excellent job. And just for the record, I personally, and I'm sure he will do the same, commend you for doing that. All right, and
well,
being a good
along with
statesman.
many other things. I don't blow the trumpet on all the good things that I do. I leave it to the master to do so. I just thought I would,
right?
But I would. But I did not hear that part of the story. I sorry. I tuned in late.
Yeah. So we're there. Alexis.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
I'm calling in.
Yes.
And setting his.
Am I ready to go back? You go black. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you again. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you again.
authentic Grenadian products are now only a mouse click away at GrenadaMarket.com. Nutmeg and guava jams, jellies and the syrups, world-famous nutmeg pain relief spray, black sage, soursop, lemongrass, and bois bande bar. Ordering is simple and friendly. All major credit cards accepted. Safe, secure shopping guaranteed. GrenadaMarket.com ships your product anywhere in the world. So when you can't go to the island, the products off the island can be sent to you. Just log on to www.grenadamarket.com and experience our quick delivery and homely service.
Stop. Listen, don't move. I got some important information for you. Ride Along Live is moving to TikTok. And we want to take you along with us.
I'm beginning to have some serious second thoughts about this.
No, I'm not going to be dancing or nothing like that. You won't see that. But it's going to be excitement. It's going to be fun. And we're on TikTok.
Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
So click the link at the bottom and follow us on TikTok. It will be a TikToking experience. Follow us on TikTok and let's expand the platform together. Hi guys, so we had a quick little audio problem on my end. So that's why I had to switch it quick to commercial break. So we're back. Are we taking it from there, guys? You were assisted in getting the arm. And what about work? What about employment?
No. Junior. Hold on. We are moving real fast. I want to go back. I want to go back to the very first prosthetic arm that I would have gotten from St. George University.
Yes.
I'm so sorry that our program. We may have to come back, and I may have to come back to do a next program with you, which is so important because there are a lot of things there that I want to touch on, and I have not been able to touch on it as yet.
Okay.
But I want to go back to the arm that was donated by St. George University. Like I said, I didn't get the arm till the last week of my stay in Trinidad, and so I came back up from Trinidad with an arm that I didn't know, and it was my first prosthetic hand. I didn't know how to use it. I did not receive any training. Imagine, after the loss of my hand some 3 to 4 years ago, I then received a prosthetic hand, of which I know nothing about how to use and what have you. And so one of the cables got busted. There was a guy called Ron Renwick who works in the energy department in the Ministry of Works. And we were trying to get St. George University to see if they could assist us in getting this part for the prosthesis. Ron Renwick happened to been transferred, and so my prosthetic hand was in his care, and he moved it over to the Ministry of Finance. While there, we all know what happened to the Ministry of Finance during the Bradford administration as soon as the NDC won the election.
Right.
And of course, you could recall the Ministry of Finance was destroyed by fire. Did you recall that?
Yes.
And so my prosthetic hand was destroyed along with other documents. So that's why I'm telling you, we must go back there.
Right.
So the government came, that's when the government came in. And Michael Baptiste will come in afterwards.
Right.
The great Michael Baptiste, my very good friend. While there, I was able to negotiate with my PS and with Ron Renwick writing to my PS, telling them that one prosthetic hand that was left to him in his care got destroyed, and that the state should be held responsible for assisting me and getting me back one. And so they went to cabinet, took a decision, and cabinet decided that they're going to help me. But it took a lot of help from the outside too as well to get me to New York. And it was the same thing. I do not know how or who gave them this company in Long Island called Mutual Orthopedics, who did not know nothing about prosthetic hand, and who had to order the parts from the same company that SGU had ordered the parts for to come to Trinidad. So they went to deal with the hospital insurance. And again, I didn't get the hand till last week of my stay in New York.
Right.
And that's when the following year I came and I got in contact. I met Michael Baptiste Well on a beach in Telescope. During that time, if you could recall, he used to run a restaurant called Talk of the Tongue in St. George's, of which I used to go there and pick up lunches for a few of my friends. And so he knew me. He knew me back then from Talk of the Tongue restaurant in St. George's. I hope that he's listening there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes.
he's listening. Michael is listening.
And when I spoke to him in Telescope, that I came back down to Grenada with a prosthesis, I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't get no training in it. And so he said, "You want to come back up to New York?" And I said, "Sure. I would like to come back to New York to do the training with the prosthesis." So he said, "I can house you." I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, I have several buildings in New York. I can host you." So I said, "Okay." So I went in back to work the Monday, and I relate my stories to my PS. And by the way, it was American Airlines that donated 2 tickets. The first one,
Right.
91, and the second one was done in 92. All compliments Jillian Thompson, former manager at American Airlines. I'm not sure if she's still the manager down there, who happened to know me.
Right.
Her husband, Jeff Thompson, very good friend. Andrew Bizinski. Hello?
I don't mean to cut into the story any bit, right? And it's important that all of these people get the recognition for the gratifying work that they did. But I want to focus on your recovery because if we go to name everybody in this story, trust me, we'll go up until 10 o'clock. And I understand, right? I want to get to, because there are at the end of it, the situation where you had to be struggling to survive. You have to be, you were jobless for a lengthy period of time, trying to find some place to work and then trying to find some place to stay. Right? And then fighting now to figure out, well, you don't have a job and then you need a place to stay, you need money. This arm is not working, you have to get a next arm. So I want to know how you were able to survive, how were you able to maintain, and at the same time you're still going through a psychological, it's still affecting you psychologically, because
yes, it does. It does.
You have to live, you have to survive with all of this stuff, and you still don't have a hand, right? So I want to talk about the effects on you and how you were able to overcome that.
Yes, it does. To bring it back home, in 2000, I was sent home after serving the state for 15 years, in which I had some problems there. So they made my whole department redundant. They sent me home at the age of 34. No jobs now. What do I do? I went to the Council of the Disabled, who put me onto something that we call the Poor Relief Funding here in Grenada. During that time, it was $75 a month. I struggled along with that. state didn't give me compensation as to my years of service, but this is 22 years ago right now.
Yeah. And where were you staying at the time? Where were you staying?
I was staying in Butch Grove,
Right.
and I won't want to go into that aspect of my lifestyle, my
Yeah, no,
life.
we don't have to go down deep.
Because that's gonna take a next 2-3 hours on my remote.
Yeah.
So yes, I had to leave. I had to vacate Butch Grove.
You told
I
me
had to leave.
you told me that there were a situation where
Yes.
you wanted or you had to move, right?
I had to move
You applied for
because at the time the property in Butch Grove was given over to a brother of mine who renovate and didn't want any of his brothers and sisters in the house, and so I had to leave. I was the last one to leave, but I must say here, thanks to Council of the Disabled, as well as Mr. Delma Thomas, Peter David, and especially Peter David, who really went out to make sure that I got this apartment.
right.
There were some issues surrounding my being here in the apartment after some 2 years ago. So it was a struggle, and it is a struggle for me still living under that condition. You ask me how I make it. I make it through friends.
Right. So you surviving right now. Do you have a job currently? Are you working?
No, I do not have a job. And as it stands right now, because of my invalidity benefit that I'm getting from the National Insurance Scheme, of which I was qualified for that benefit since 2000, I'm just started getting it around last year, March, which is less than 300 US per month. Might be about 280 about US. And this is what I survived on, which is very minimal. I have things to do here in the apartment, of which I can't do it right now.
Right.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle for me, Junior John, and because of the fact here of the invalidity benefit, where I'm getting from the National Insurance Scheme, they're telling me that if I were to go out there to get a job, they would cut the benefit, and I would have to pay back all the monies that they would have paid.
Right. What about the hand? I know it's not usable right now. Are you still in need of
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I took it out to you. I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to you via your WhatsApp so you can share it. You can share it with your friends now. Yes, I am very much in need of the prosthetic hand. I know, like I said, that I have always traveled to get one, and so I'm not sure if whoever going to help me. I would want to make sure that I get it from a company who makes them this time, and I would want to be there and they can take proper measurements. I would be able to train with it and all these other things.
And it makes sense. If you have to be fitted for an arm, you have to make sure that it's usable, it's the right length and everything. You'll have to be there. So
exactly.
During yesterday, after we posted your video, we got a call from a number of individuals who said that they could assist you in obtaining an arm, right? I want your permission officially to pass on that information, because here is where I'm at. I'm not here too concerned with who get credit and who don't get credit and who name get called. I'm happy for the people who helped and assisted. But it's all about you. It's all about you here right now. It's all about you. It's all about you and making your life better going forward.
Exactly.
Right? What could happen? What could be done right now to make your life better? And that is my concern. So
Amen.
You're appealing for assistance in getting a prosthetic arm, because the one that you
in which I really need it. It's not a want, it's a need.
Yes. And your circumstance was, as a result, Your circumstance was as a result of a historic event that happened here in Grenada that was not even your doing, right? And still, all of these things that's happening, we have public holidays, which is nice, It's great to have a public holiday next year. All the, putting up the signs and all of that stuff is nice.
Yes,
But what about the victims? What about people like yourself?
exactly.
What is it done to help you? Have you been contacted recently in recent administration? We can't go back in
No,
Nicholas Bradford and Brizan days. Were you ever contacted by any recent administration up to this present to assist you from a perspective of just making ends meet? Because you was a victim of something that happened, and it was not even it was a historic event. Were you contacted? Were you reached? Or anybody reach out to you, or because everybody know you? Were you contacted at any point?
no,
Right.
no. Except to say, Junior, that prior to this administration coming into office, that the prime, or she was the leader of the party at the time, because he was not the prime minister. The leader of the party came into my apartment, and once he heard that I got injured on the foot, he said that they have to rectify that. But apart from that, outside of that, nothing. And
Right.
yesterday, we just celebrated October 19th, and I just want to place here on record that that very same photo that you see me lying on the hospital bed, that was forwarded to GBN, along with a story of which they never even acknowledged that. They never even said anything about the victims. And up until now, for the past 39 years, they have always been more concerned about those who died. But
Right.
we are the ones that has to carry the burden. We are the ones that face the reality of the horror of what actually happened and what took place.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nothing for us.
Yeah. Yeah. It's important. At the end of the day, it's good for everything else. Putting a monument and inscribe, putting the names of everyone who passed away. That is important stuff.
Yes, it is.
But they need to also look at the victims like yourself and assisting people like yourself. It's important, right? That's why, I mean, the long and short of it, that's what it is. The long and short of this is you are here, you are going through some major hardship, you cannot work, you're not employed, and you're seeking a prosthetic arm. So everyone that was calling my phone, everybody that wanted to assist Alex 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I want you guys to call back again and get in contact with Alex. Alex, what number could people reach you if they wanted to call you right now? What number could people reach
Anybody, any person wishing to contact me, they can call me at 1473 406 9835. I'm on WhatsApp, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Messenger.
What's the number one more time again? Say the number one more time again.
The number is 1473 406 9835.
35, right? Okay, got that.
9835.
I just put that in there. So anyone that could assist, there are people who does this stuff. There are people who specialize in these things, providing prosthetic arms. Get on this. I know that we call on you guys a lot, but I'm sure that I don't care if we have to advertise the person for a whole entire year. Just assist. Call in and see how you can provide a prosthetic arm that is retrofitted for now, because the one he has, it is old. It's not workable at this point in time, right? The long and short of the story, that is what it is. But Alex, listen, I'm happy that you are here to tell your story. You are.
I'm really happy, and I say thank you. I give you thanks and all your followers, and then to God be praised. Great things he have done, and he has greater plans for me.
Absolutely, and you are a hero. I want you to hold your head up high you will achieve and accomplish everything. I see you know, no matter that's the situation now, you still have your animals, you still go and you pick your okra, and you're still doing your land work. It's not
Of
stopping you
course,
from surviving.
of course.
Uh, and I'm sure you're in a psychologically better place right now as well. But that would make it even better if you were able to at least have a functioning prosthetic arm that you could use. It would kind of complete you a little bit more. So stay strong, my brother. I will
Thank you so much, Junior.
spread the advocacy for you and folks that was victims of October 19th. Alex, thank you so much. We'll keep in touch, my brother.
Thank you so much, Junior. Feel free
Yes.
to call me anytime, message me anytime. And folks, feel free to give me a call. I'm always
Yes.
here, I'm always available. I
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you again. Thank you again.
All the best, Junior.
Yes. Yeah, guys. So, yeah, hey, listen, cut straight to the chase. The long and short of the story, that's what it is. You know, he's a national hero. Alex is in fact a national hero. He been through some serious life-changing events, right? Um, they should have they should have like, I don't know if it's like an area where people come in and learn about the revolution. Because there are a lot of people that's alive right now, you know. There are a lot of people that's alive right now that know the story, that knows the history of it. And these are the things that's supposed to be taught in schools. I don't remember learning about this in school. I remember learning about, as I said, you know, all of Columbus ships. And that is true a day like today. There are very few classes. Well, when I went to SAS, they did tell me that they have a class that they're doing with, you know, teaching about the revolution and stuff like that. That is the right direction. But we have living testimony. We have people who could attest to what happened, people who could tell the story of what transpired. He should be going to schools and teaching about, you know, all you know, history, and answer questions from the kids. But you know, somehow every year this becomes less and less of a sexy topic. It's like people try to avoid this conversation like the plague. You know, people don't find it as interesting. You could tell by the viewership, people don't find this topic of the revolution a very sexy topic, and it gets worse and worse every year. But it's important that if you want to uh, maintain or look forward, right, and bridge a path to the future, you have to understand your history. It's important, essentially important, guys. That's what I'm saying. Folks like Alex and others who are willing to share their stories are national heroes, and they should be somehow treated as such. They should be treated as the hero that they are, and a lot more could be done in utilizing their knowledge, right? First-hand knowledge of what transpired. In a couple of years, you never know. Couple of years, my next and next generation, folks like him may not be around. So we have to get that history out now and keep that history and maintain that history. It's our history. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of our programming today. Sorry for whatever little audio glitch that we had earlier, but we appreciate you guys for sticking around, sharing, and watching this program here. Tomorrow, guys, we have the Ride Along Trivia, right? Trivia, that's tomorrow. Yes, that's tomorrow. And also, guys, we have coming up, I'm telling all you people, listen, we, as you know, we do a lot. Our program, Ride Along Live, we do a lot to help people. That's the facts. That's what we are. That's in our DNA. And the way how we're able to do that is by raising funds, right? Oftentimes, we use our own funds to help people. So whenever you see we have an event like this one, we have a bingo coming up. That's a fundraiser. It's an event geared to raising funds to help. And I want you guys to support our virtual bingo, which is a fundraiser. It's October 28th. Tickets only $5. Your tickets only $5. And you could win up to $500 plus other games. Now, you guys could get your tickets right now, tonight, Get your tickets, only $5. Click that link right here. It's rightbuy.com. I'm seeing a lot of people buying ticket, but some of the regulars, I ain't seeing all they buying ticket. Ticket selling, and I'm watching the email and the names, and I ain't seeing some of the regulars. So guys, pay it forward. Go and purchase a ticket. $5 is not a lot of money. $5 is not a lot. In fact, some of you guys should buy 5 tickets. Buy 5 tickets. Just boom, 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 boom. Buy 5 tickets. $25. It's all about supporting and paying it forward. So get a ticket tonight at rightbuy.com. Just click that link. Click that right buy link. Go in there. Select how much ticket you want. Put in your credit card information. It's safe and secure. Process. That's it. You're done. Right after that, a ticket will be a bingo ticket, or the number of bingo tickets that you ordered will be sent to you. And it's as easy as that. Get your tickets right now, guys, for the Ride Along Bingo at rightbuy.com. That's rightbuy.com. That's rightbuy.com. That's it right there. That's it right there. Again, guys, if you want to support, if you know someone who could help and provide Alex with a prosthetic arm, give him a call directly. Even for emotional support, guys, you could call him as well just to provide emotional support, right? His number, I hope you guys took it down. You could, Patricia says she want to invite Lana Jacob. Okay, great, no problem. For this, up until the 25th, we're going to be doing some sort of shows dealing with events of October 19th to October 25th. And as I said, it doesn't seem like it's a very sexy topic, but we don't care. We're going to continue to talk about it. All right. I'm trying to figure out, get Alex's number. Okay, guys, on behalf of all our production team here at Ride Along Live, our executive producer, Lois JJ, our moderator, Gail Charles, Kibbs, and Deanne Fraser. We say good night, everyone. And do have yourself a great afternoon. All right. Peace out, everybody.
Moringa leaf is the highest concentration of vitamins of any plant on the planet. So if you're looking to get all the vitamins your body needs, get moringa. Moringa, 4 times more vitamin A than carrots, 3 times more potassium than bananas, 4 times more calcium than milk, 25 times the iron of spinach, 9 times the protein of yogurt, and 7 times the vitamin C of oranges. Stuff is amazing. It's a superfood. So go to Healing
Chicks Export Limited, Toronto, Canada, shipping barrels and other cargo to Grenada in 3 weeks, including custom clearing and home delivery to anywhere in Grenada. They source, purchase, and ship new and used anything. Call or WhatsApp Eric, aka Greens, on 416-569-9755. That's 416.
Grenadian products are now only a mouse click away at grenadamarket.com. Nutmeg and guava jams, jellies and the syrups, world famous nutmeg pain relief spray, black sage, soursop, lemongrass, and bois bande bar. Ordering is simple and friendly. All major credit cards accepted. Safe, secure shopping guaranteed. Grenadamarket.com ships your product anywhere in the world. So when you can't go to the island, the products off the island can be sent to you. Just log on to www.grenadamarket.com and experience our quick delivery and homely service.